Alrighty, how's everything going, folks? All right, here's where things are gonna go. There were, there or rather, there is a lot of folks in the alliance who are not aware exactly what happened with Emerald Punishers and with Violet Punishers, specifically DHG and WG, and their cronies like Tam Tam and Void, who used to be Mafar the Reaper, right? So I'm going to lay out for you folks exactly what happened, why it happened, what it was referencing, because I don't have anything to hide. I really don't give a shit. What happened was an attempted character assassination over something that happened well over a year ago in a voice chat regarding an admin who figured his job was to swing the banhammer on people, and I took him to task for that. So, let's get started. Not too long ago, maybe about week and a half, 2 weeks ago, what have you, WG randomly asks in the chat if I was busy, if I was doing anything. I had just gotten home from work. I said, "Hey, no, I just got home. What's up?" So he posts this great big fucking copy pasted text thing of them ranting and pissing and moaning about an incident that happened well over a year ago, and then also proclaiming that the whole Punishers thing is a cult meant to only worship me when I give away tons of shit when I have it to give away, and never ask for anything back ever. So I'm not entirely sure where all of this came from. Honestly, I don't care anymore. I am only making this video to explain to you folks what happened to the other two clans. Okay? So there was a voice chat a long while ago, like I said, well over a year ago, where I had an admin that I picked up. He was, helping people and everything and all that stuff. And then as soon as he got that admin title, he figured his job was to go around looking for people breaking rules and swinging that banhammer. And I told him, look, that's not how we fucking operate. Your job is not to go around looking for trouble. Actually, you have no job. I picked you because you were helping people. Keep doing that. You were being a great person, helping the players, etc., 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 answering questions, so on and so forth. Just because you got a title, that does not mean you now have to swing some proverbial fucking instrument of authority, right? He took it that way. So we got into a voice chat. DHG was there, WG was there, the guy was there. And I just laid it out plain. That's not what we fucking do. If you have a problem with that, there's the fucking door. He proceeded to be a bit of a dick. So I turfed him. End of story. Bottom line. We don't go around looking to kick our clan members. That's not what we do. However, the discussion got into a matter of what was said by, X person to trigger this. And, and I told him I really don't care because he's not taking any of it into context. And anybody who thinks context doesn't matter in a discussion needs to give their head a shake, because context does matter, right? There are a lot of things that's happening in the world that are bad and may be wrong. How are you going to talk about them? Okay? Right? You need to have a level of context where, yes, you can speak about things. Okay? So I brought up some stuff and mentioned a particular video from a movie called Pool Hall Junkies, and a specific scene where the lead, if you've ever seen the movie Pool Hall Junkies, you'll know the scene I'm talking about. If you have not seen Pool Hall Junkies, I highly recommend you actually watch this movie. It's insanely good, especially if you like playing pool. However, the scene in question had to do with a white guy pool playing hustler not familiar with how black folk, African Americans, refer to themselves, and that is not using the hard R, okay? It's nigga, okay? To be clear. However, in the video, he continuously refers to this person he's attempting to play the pool game with as with the hard R. Okay? Discussing even this video, they took out of context and called me a racist. Okay? This is what I'm getting at. You can have discussions about stuff. And the goddamn title of the video was my N-word Charles, which was the scene. I brought that up. I'm the racist. I was bringing it up as an example of context. Plain and simple. Nothing more. To that, they said there is no such thing as context ever. With regard to that, well, how do you talk about it? Right? How do you explain? Yes, it's still wrong to say. However, in some circles, they still use it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying we can still talk about it. And if somebody's talking about it in that respect, do they need to be kicked from the clan? I say fucking no. So, I get labeled as a racist, I get called out publicly in the Discord, etc., etc., etc. And like I said, I have nothing to hide. I did nothing wrong. These people are freaking out, trying to publicly assassinate me. I really don't care. That part is pure and simple. I don't care. It's not a cult. It's a clan. We play a game. I give you guys lots of shit when I have it. End of story. Done. There's no fucking hero worship here. There's none of that crap which they accused me of. As a matter of fact, I didn't attack back. I didn't say anything negative about them. I just nodded and said, "Okay, is that your piece? Are you finished?" I just want to carry on because at the time I was trying to do some grinding for Golden, right? Oni Shadow stepped in and kicked them both. And ultimately I decided The first thing I had told them was that, you should have probably taken this to DM, right? And they immediately said, no, we want everyone to know what you are. Well, what I am is what I'm telling you now, right? So ultimately, everything was deleted from the Discord because, in my view, they didn't handle it the right way. And that's why it's not there. However, I am making this video so everybody knows exactly what happened. I'm not going to hide, I'm not going to hide truth from anybody. Like they said, I said this. Yeah, I said it, but you took the context incorrectly. And that's not on me. That's on you, right? And they accused me of being a fucking stupid fucking drunk. Well, hey, guess what? There are a lot of people, and I'm going to even say out of the 1,000 people in this clan, there are people that have issues and they do stuff. I don't care. Big deal. Whatever. I like to drink. So, big fucking deal. Does that make me any lesser of a person? They said I wouldn't remember a goddamn thing about that whole incident. I remember every single fucking second of it. So, they might want, readjust their, their math on that. However, the thing is, even now, I don't have hard feelings for DHG and WG, even though they did what they did. They did some amazing, amazing work for Punishers. But, because of what they did, and Emerald backed out of the Alliance first, and then I pushed Violet out as well. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Like I said, I'm not here to make a case for myself because I got nothing to hide. If I say something, I mean it. If I say something, it's factual. That's how it works in my world, okay? I'm not going to blow sunshine up anybody's ass. I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. And sure as hell, I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot. They also said the latest video that I had put up was also triggering for them, right? Which tells me they didn't even watch the fucking video. Yes, the title of the video was clickbait, and that was to get people to actually watch the fucking thing. Okay? The video I put up about woke gamers and, that kind of thing. Well, if you actually watch the video, it's not about woke gamers. It's about gaming companies and gamers using this excuse as woke to not play games. Like, look, here's the deal. Yeah, we have issues with stuff and we see shit in real life that we don't agree with. But if we're playing a game and the game is fucking fun, you know what? You can switch that shit off for a while and have fun with the game. Right? There's no reason for people to piss and whine and moan and bitch all the time about something you didn't disagree with for 15.675 seconds in a video game, for fuck's sake. Right? Play the game. Have fun. Move on. End of story. Next. Right? That was the video. It wasn't about, quote unquote, woke gamers and me pissing and moaning about woke gamers. Okay? But they decided to not watch the video and then call me out on it. Right? Again, context. They have none. So, anyhow, I think maybe we'll call it, call it at that, maybe. I think I've told my side of the story, which, there's not much really to say. I didn't really do shit. I was sitting there getting ready to do some grinding, and then, got jumped by fucking 3 people in chat. So, I mean, what else would you do? Especially when 2 of the 3 had full Discord admin privileges. So, bye. Right? You're going to rip my Discord? That kind of thing. No, that's why they're not around anymore. They left the alliance anyhow, so they were going bye-bye anyhow. So anyhow, that's what happened. And WG, this one's for you, pal. Bitch.